I'm Sales Team Turnaround Specialist Jeremy DeMerchant, and each week I bring sales leaders like you, experts and insights that will help you level up your leadership, motivate like a master, and ultimately crush your comp plan. If it's time to raise the bar on your team's performance, then it's time for Sales Team Rescue. Welcome to Sales Team Rescue, episode number 88. I'm your host, Jeremy DeMerchant, and today I want to share a thought process that I had today in reflection to a few conversations I've had with existing and prospective clients. And this is around meeting your prospect where they're at. Now, you can take this in a couple of different ways. You could think about it as meeting them where they're at in their mind and the challenges that they're focusing on, trying to meet or trying to give them what they want or sell them what they want and give them what they need, as is sometimes said. But in this context, or in this situation, I want to have this discussion in the context of meeting somebody literally where they are. And by that, I mean where they're communicating. So today we have many different platforms to communicate on. We can send text message. We can send iMessage for those of us Apple users. You can send email. You can send voice message through the phone or through Facebook Messenger, through text. You can message through Facebook Messenger. You can use WhatsApp. You can use one of the different video apps where you can create a custom video for somebody. There's many different ways that we can communicate. And it's really important to think about where our audience plays most. And I want to give a couple of examples. One prospective client, for example, shared that their audience is in a very specific demographic, and different platforms tend to have different demographics be the ones that play on that platform. So for example, I spend a lot of time between Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm creeping up on 40, I guess. What am I, 38? And so the younger generation, if I was targeting someone that was in their late teens or early 20s, I might go to a different platform like TikTok, for example, is where, and not just that audience, but that's where that audience is heavily playing right now. So if I want their attention, that's where I'm going to go. A little bit older, they might still be over on Snapchat, Twitter. Depending on the messaging that you're doing, you can use Twitter. Instagram, if your audience is there, if they're in the somewhere between the TikTok and the Facebook age range, I guess, maybe they're hanging out on Instagram. But you want to message them where they're at, and so for example, this one prospective client has this audience, and it's a phenomenal audience, and what they do is phenomenal work with this particular audience. But the program that was designed, or the messaging that was set up, overlooked, and she had a different company do this for her. What was set up didn't take into consideration the needs of the particular demographic, how this demographic likes to communicate, what components are specific to this demographic that might not resonate to other audiences, or vice versa, right? So the current system was built very much on the standard network, or not the standard online marketing model, where you go through a funnel, you create the lead magnet, invite them to a webinar. But the way that the audience that they were actually targeting communicates is a little bit different, and this was overlooked. And as a result, the impact that they want to make wasn't being made because it wasn't connecting. So I want you to think about this when you're working with your audience. Who's your ideal client? And this is whether you're a sales manager, a CEO, a VP of sales, or you're the frontline sales rep. Not all sales conversations have to be phone calls or Zoom calls. In fact, there's a good chance that you're going to do follow-up on a platform that isn't one of those. You want to reach out and get a hold of somebody? I've got another client who deals with, higher end clients, typically higher net worth, very business savvy clients. And they don't respond to emails. They have an email inbox like I do, which in my case is about 39,000 unread emails. So for those of you that are OCD about your inbox, I apologize if that stressed you out. But email's not the best way to get a hold of them. So how can we get in front of them? Well, they're they're on Facebook, but Facebook Messenger might not be the most powerful thing. So we leaned our messaging to be heavily in the space of text. And text, people don't leave their text messages unread. So we reached out individually through text messages for a lot of them because that's where that audience was at. Then we want to pull them to one central place. Where do we have that conversation? And so for me, it's to get them on a Zoom call, have a conversation about where they're at and what the next steps are. So try to think outside the box. How can you creatively get in front of your clients where they're at, or your prospects where they're at? What platform are they on? Are they going to be more responsive to texts? Don't spam them, but engage in an actual sincere conversation. And there's some technology that can help initiate that as well. Same with Facebook Messenger. If you can communicate through a business page, you can't do cold outreach through a business page. You need to have it so somebody has actually clicked the get started and has made that initial contact before you can message them. But you can do that, or even individual business page. There's a software I found last week that I'm testing out that actually helps you organize your personal messenger, so that if you're doing outreach for different types of products or different types of clients, you can flag and tag different people in the communication stream so you don't lose track of them. So there's many different options, but just be aware. Don't avoid finding yourself in a spot where you are trying to make one size fit all, because it doesn't. Okay, now you might have one communication channel that's very popular or common amongst your audience, and that's really valuable to know. But be aware that not everybody's going to fit into the same box as far as how they like to engage, how they like to communicate. Some people are going to love personalized videos. Some people are going to love audio messages. Early on in my business, some of the coaches that got my attention the most were the ones that would actually send me voice messages over Facebook Messenger. I could hear their voice, I could hear their tone, and it was more clear and it felt more personal. I knew you can't copy and paste a voice message on Messenger. So one, it's tougher to scale, but two, I know that it's personalized. So think about that in your business and how you're doing outreach from a sales perspective. Where's your audience? Do you have high net worth clients? If you do, it's worth shooting them a custom video. Grab your phone. Where's my phone? Grab your phone, shoot the selfie video. Do the, hey guys, it's Jeremy here, or, be very specific. Hey Dave, it's Jeremy, was thinking about you, heading to lunch now, but wanted to shoot you this quick video. Make it custom, make it unique, and capture their attention. And do so where they're already playing. Most people aren't going to let their text messages build up. So that's going to be a place, knowing, and keep in mind, it's very personal. You're getting into their text message inbox, so to speak, on their phone. So be respectful of that. Don't spam them, but initiate that conversation. Let them know who you are and why they should continue to talk to you. Really, really important. Because if you can't connect to somebody, you can't make that impact. If you can't capture that attention, you can't make that impact. And you need to be able to have a fluid conversation with them to build that relationship, because relationship matters now more than ever. But to do it, you need to be able to have that conversation on the platform that they're used to having those relationship building conversations on. Are they a text message person? Are they a Facebook Messenger? Are they a WhatsApp person? Do they like text or video or audio? How can you engage with the audience? So think about that. Think about where they're at. Think about that demographic. What are they playing on? What social media platform are they on? And reach out to them there. Some of the most powerful thing you can do, if you've got an ideal client you're trying to reach out to, you want to go and follow them on every platform that you can find them on. Connect with them. Like their content. Share their content. Comment on their content. Let them know you exist. Because as soon as you get your awareness in their mind, then they're going to be a higher or a greater likelihood. Sorry, my English is apparently terrible today. There's going to be a significantly higher chance that they are going to be more receptive to you and your messaging once they know that you actually know who they are. You're paying attention to their content. Okay, people love it when someone follows them. And if you follow them and you engage, not like in a weird stalkery way, like don't go back 3 years and like all their pictures, that's weird. But if you engage with them and comment on their content, show that you're paying attention, they notice. Okay, so that's my food for thought today. I want you to keep thinking about how can you meet your ideal prospects where they're at. Because if you can do that, then you can get that conversation started. Think about what they need in building trust and building confidence in what you do. That's all vitally important, but you need to first get their attention. So go where they're already at. Okay, guys? Thanks so much for sticking around for this episode. This was episode, what did I say, 88. 88 of Sales Team Rescue. Again, I'm Jeremy DeMerchant, and if you want to catch the replay of this episode or a link to our podcast, go to salesteamrescue.com. And if you want to book your own sales team readiness assessment with yours truly or my team, you can find that calendar link at the bottom of salesteamrescue.com. Until then, guys, remember, get uncomfortable, get results. We will see you right here on Headspace TV next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Cheers. Thanks for joining me. Let's keep the conversation going. You can find more episodes and a link to join our online community over at salesteamrescue.com. If you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe and give the show a review to help us reach more sales leaders like you. If you'd like our support in creating your own high-performance sales team, book a call with us at salesteamrescue.com.